Well, hello everybody. I've gone live because apparently got something marked up to go live. When I wasn't, I was testing everything. So I thought, well, as I've apparently set myself up to go live, I might as well go live just in case a few people are watching and waiting. And I know Sadako was here and uh, Archie Collin was here because you all got notifications, I guess, that I was doing stuff when I really wasn't. But here I am. So I might as well use this as the opportunity to sort of say hello, everybody, and I'm back. Um, Changed a few things. I've had a few issues with OBS, which I'm trying to sort out, which was another reason why I started testing stuff because I'm using OBS's virtual camera. Because obviously I can do things like this when I'm using OBS. Or even this one, which was a lot more accurate because I was having a bit of a technical difficulty. I didn't really realise that yes, well, I was live there, or I'd planned something apparently. So here I am. I'm back and looking forward to getting on with stuff. And I'm fully refreshed. I'm feeling 100. I just can't tell you how awesome I'm feeling at the moment. Lots of I've lost quite a lot of weight. Some people say they can tell. Personally, I can't. Well, except I can see my dick now when I look down. I couldn't before. Don't know why that was relevant, but ah, hail time prophet. How you doing, my friend? I hope you are well and boiling because at the moment in the shed of dread it's 27.9 cent. Thanks, mate. Well, yeah, I'm not going to show you, am I? Well, I mean, I could, but that'll be the end of the YouTube channel. But no, I've lost nearly a stone in just coming up to 2 months now since I was diagnosed with diabetes. So I've took everything really, really seriously and got on with it and got on with the old physical exercise, cutting back on everything, eating a proper diet and all that sort of stuff. It made a huge difference when I was away. It was 85 degrees earlier, apparently. I just know it was hot. It's like that tin shot scene we were stuck in. Oh, not the cooler. What's it called? I can't remember. Yeah, it's going to be hotter tomorrow. That's fun, and I shall be in the shed at 5 p.m. UK time, and I shall be joining on going on Wookie Fever's channel. Considering technically this is the first stream I've done in 6 weeks. Well, no, I did the one when I said I was having a break. I do apologise. So yeah, so that'll be my proper first one. As I said, this one wasn't really planned at all. But it's nice that I've got so I can see all the systems are now back and working, and obviously you can see me, you can hear me. Because originally you couldn't use StreamYard on. I have absolutely no idea. It doesn't really matter. Um, you know what I mean. I could talk about anything and everything. It doesn't matter if I don't know. That's what Google was invented for. Don't let Wookie Fever talk about politics. I fell asleep last week. I missed it. Unfortunately, I was too tired as the Friday before. My daughter had got married, so I didn't get to bed till I think it was 3 o'clock in the morning. And the best thing is to remember, I hadn't had a single drink because I'm not drinking anymore. Um, so it was just sheer exhaustion because my um, eldest grandson, which is her oldest son. He's a non-verbal autistic child. Maui's a blessed arrangement indeed. So during the wedding ceremony, even though I actually didn't actually get to watch the wedding, I was helping with looking after my autistic grandson. So it's pretty awesome. But it's tiring. The party didn't finish till I think it was about 1, and it was still going then. Um, You lose a daughter by going in a new room to put your action figures in. That would be logical, except of course, I live in a three-bedroomed house, and at one stage when we were here, there was 7 of us living in a three-bedroomed house. So even though she's gone, and she's been gone a while now in her own house. I've still got, 2 boys in one room and 2 girls in the other, so, no room for extra figures. A marriage, a dream within a dream. Indeed it is. Oh, hello, what's this? Yes. All right. Okay. Thanks for that, mate. It's behind the bread bin. I'm only in the middle of a live stream. You just walk in. Yeah. Yeah,
Hi.
don't show your naked body. I'm just getting you, little runky. So no, unfortunately, Time Prophet, there is no room. I don't think. I think if we work it out quite rightly, there should be room when I'm about 80, and by then, I think I'll have lost the will to look after action figures. So, any case, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I can't wait to get back at doing. I was going to do some recording tonight, some videos. As I said, I've had no end of problems with the computer in here. Some unknown reason, I think there was an update on OBS, and yeah, it decided it didn't like me anymore, and the things I used to be able to do, it wouldn't let me do. Um, because I've had a new thing. Golden Age Geek did me this, uh, so I can put my stuff in when I do my, when I review, I'm talking about stuff. But for some unknown reason, with the update, it didn't work properly, but sorted that out. I think, fingers crossed. But also, to be honest, it's too bloody hot in here. Even now, I mean, I've been on live for only 7 minutes. The temperature's now 28.1 degrees centigrade in here. So it just gets warm. This is the problem. It's absolutely boiling in the summer in here, and it's absolutely freezing in the winter. But swings and roundabouts, swings and roundabouts. So I was going to record a video in reaction to what as that's nice. I mean, see, there's another thing, of course, I've gained a cat. Some of you may have noticed on social media. We have a cat now, a kitten. It hasn't had all its jabs, so I can't have the doors open to the outside, so I can't cool my house down. So I'm glad your front room's nice and cool. It's boiling in there as well, but apparently we needed a cat to go with the dog and the snake and the lizard and the chinchilla and the rabbits and the mice and yeah, that's it. The cat, not the guinea pig. I don't like the cat. I didn't want the cat. I really didn't want the cat. I wasn't interested in the cat. I don't want the cat, but the cat knows this, so now the cat won't leave me alone. Every time I sit down, the cat comes and sits on me. Yesterday, I was doing a test stream on Twitch and found out I was on the wrong Twitch account, which helped. Um, so I can start again and not have the fact that the cat likes to eat me. Thank you, Cole Phantom. It is great to be back. Yes, I am raring to go. As I said, I was going to do some videos today, but I did a couple of shorts. One just say on Wookie's channel tomorrow at 5 o'clock UK time. Obviously, the other one, because of today, is exactly a year since Her Majesty the Queen passed away, when London Bridge did indeed fall. So there's a little one to there. I mean, as I said, normally I would be drinking, but I can't do that because I'm not drinking anymore. So big, huge changes, to be fair. It's now been 2 months since I last had an alcoholic drink. It's been 2 months since I had a chocolate bar, bag of crisps. Oh, yeah, London. Yeah, well, it's not even London anymore. It's Stabistan, let's be brutally honest. London is a third world country in the middle of our country. It's, yeah. And the thing is, Birmingham's going the same way, Manchester, Leicester, all the big cities are going the same way. And unfortunately, we can't seem to stop it because if we say anything, we're deemed racist. Chocolate could be the hardest we could. To be fair, chocolate wasn't for me. It was crisps. I love crisps, but I can't eat them anymore. Um, so it's been tough, but it's I've done it and I'm doing it, and now I don't miss it, which is cool, which is absolutely fantastic. London Stan, yeah, absolutely. Obviously, it's been 5 years since I had alcohol. Well done, mate. Well done. I'm shocked at how bad Manchester's looking now. Manchester's getting terrible. It's like, let's be honest, it's only like any major city. Well, yeah, that's very true. They are, but here in the Midlands, I don't know whether you know, especially around where I live in particular, they're the well, they're the reason for at least 75% of the crime round here. But of course, you can't say that because that's racist. Apparently, even when it was the chief of West Midlands Police stating that fact at a community meeting, and the local Liberal Democrat idiot woman that she is. Said, "You can't say that, it's racist." And he went, "But that's the facts." But I guess we're not allowed to do that anymore either. So no, all the inner cities are, they're just it's sad, isn't it, really, to be fair, to sit and look at how things are just falling apart left, right, and centre, and, anyone who has any common sense. Yes, I saw, I did see, um, last Doctor Who, I mean, Doctor Who, as I said, um so what about Birmingham Council going bankrupt? Waiting for it, mate. I'll be honest, waiting for it. Not a surprise at all. One of the most wasteful, corrupt local councils in the country, and it's been proven to be so. Birmingham's always been Labour run. They waste money left, right, and centre. I know for a fact that there's been in the papers that a company has got the taxi contract to run kids around at school. Uh, was being paid 7 odd million pounds. It's just ridiculous. Yep, they spent billions on hydrogen buses. They spent billions on electric buses as well, which have to be put in a field overnight and get recharged by 16 massive diesel generators, because that makes sense. Um, no, Birmingham wastes money, always has done. It's sunk money into the most pointless of things. I know they're going on about, "Oh, well, it's the wage issue. It's, it's because of the inequality wage problem that we had." Well, no offense, you guys created that by being arseholes and not paying female workers the same as, as male workers, and then when you finished doing that, which cost 1.1 billion, yo, 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 file 13, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Hopefully, I'll be able to speak to you tomorrow as well. I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing really good, any case. Yeah, so, yeah, they'll say it's about that, but they spent 1.1 billion, uh, paying off the, uh, illegal wage thing, and then just missed out several jobs, and now that's gonna cost them some more money, which is oversight. But it's not just that. I mean, they've wasted, they've been unable to claim any, EULA's, or Clean Air Zone, as it's known up here, fines because the Asians refused to pay it. So they just wiped it off. 500,000 fines. That's gonna cost them a lot of money. I did read the council workers in Birmingham have pointless job titles like climate prevention officers and crap like that. We have them in Solihull. I live in Solihull, which is literally just down the road. Just to give you a rough idea, I'm literally almost directly opposite Birmingham International Airport, because Solihull gave Birmingham the airport, and in return for that, we gained what is now known as North Solihull, which is in fact Chelmsley Wood and Kingshurst. Somehow that was a good deal. Yeah, they have. I mean, we've got them here. I mean, let's be the top 16 council work. The heads last year cost Birmingham City Council 4.2 million pounds in wages. So to be fair, when they announced that they were going, let's be honest, oops, not me, Mike, bankrupt. They haven't actually gone bankrupt. They just it means that they haven't got enough money to. That's how Solo took a wrong turn, ended up in Coventry. Yeah, well, that happens. That bloody A45, before you know it, you're in the wrong place. But yeah, I wasn't surprised when Birmingham was announced. They haven't actually technically gone bankrupt. Basically, what it means is they've sat down and worked out they're going to run out of money before. Of course, they're going to blame the government, but let's be honest, it's not the government's money. The government gets its money from us. So not only do I pay taxes to the government, which then goes back to Birmingham or Solihull Council, then I have to pay council tax as well. So you actually get taxed twice. So it's not, in other words, saying to the government, "Gimme, gimme, gimme." But the thing is that we're giving them our money. It's our money. Then they're wasting it. I mean, they wasted a couple of million on stupid road names like Diversity Way and all that stupid stuff. They're trying to COVID scare again, like they're trying here. Um, it's beginning to filter in. Um, we all know why they're doing it in the US, mate. We're all fully aware. You've got an election coming up, and they can fiddle it if they have a COVID lockdown again and go over postal votes, which can be stopped in the middle of the night and recounted or added to, or others removed. That's why and I mean, we can see it coming. I can see it coming from a mile off. Will they try it here? Probably. Will it last here? I don't know. I don't think it will, to be fair. Birmingham is a Labour run. Yeah, it's what Labour do best. And no one can sort of argue against it. Every time the Labour government's been in power, they've bankrupted the country. But it's all part of the game, remember, guys. This is not me being pro-Conservative. Labour and Conservative are the same bird. Labour bankrupt the country, Conservative come in and try and save it. And basically, what it ends up is we get taxed. They're both the same party. And the only people they're against is us, the common man and common woman. So that's the problem. I will not comply with the COVID rubbish. I didn't in the first one. I actively didn't. Um, I got so much stick for it, but that's beside the point. Uh, I mean, my original Facebook account got absolutely nuked because of my anti-COVID statements, or should I say, coof? Because also talking about the coof and the COVID could get this one and get me in trouble with the old YouTubers. But that's beside the point. Conservatives are bad, but at least you know what a woman is. Labour is worse. This is true. But at the moment we're run by a dictator who no one voted in, who's conservative, who swears he's going to do this, that, and the other, and has done nothing. And then you look over the opposition benches, and Labour are just they can't tell us what a woman is. They want to have safe spaces. They want to make it, misgendering illegal. But they're all as bad as each other. It's all about making money. It's all about screwing us over. It's all about allegedly caring for people. And if you're LGBTQ plus and you think the Labour Party by going there, a man is a woman and all that sort of stuff, that they don't actually believe that. They're just doing it to appease you. They just like everybody else. Yep, Sunak and Stone are both spineless twonks. They are absolutely that. I can't disagree. The RNLI now funded by the people who want to bring the immigrants in. Wouldn't surprise me at all. I was okay with the first lockdown at first, but a year on, it was literally driving me to breaking point. The lockdown was pointless. The lockdown didn't stop it, didn't stop the spread, didn't do anything. All it did was allow them to bring in rules that they never really got rid of. Um, if you want to, just for as example, they made us cashless because they want digital. They want it all digital so they can control us. I know this will probably get me into a lot of trouble, but I don't give a shit because you got to tell the truth. Um, the first lockdown was not required. The first lockdown has literally led to what we're living in right now, which is disaster. Because if you shut the world's economy down for a year, you can't expect it to suddenly come back bouncing and jumping up and down. It's just been terrible. But that's the way it is. New York is finally realizing what it's like to be a sanctuary city. Well, yeah, there's a lot of places. I mean, I really feel sorry for you over there in the States, mate. Some of the cities, San Francisco and that. Oh, yeah, it's true. Sweden didn't do lockdowns, and they did much better than us. Unfortunately, they didn't do any lockdowns, but now Sweden's been destroyed from the inside by its open border policy. But no, they didn't. Sweden was the only country in the world that didn't do lockdowns, and they got over it real quick. And that was without the jibby jab that seems to be doing more damage than good. My opinions on the jibby jab are quite well known. I won't lie, I had the first one, and that was the worst mistake I ever made. It really fucked me up and knackered my knees in and everything. I was terrible for a year. I agree, mate. Every time I see, I mean, the thing is, I'm following a couple of guys on Twitter who live in Sweden, and every night there's explosions and people being raped, and it's horrible. It really does break my heart because I've been to Sweden, beautiful country. Oh, terrible. I didn't have the jibby jab, never will. Well, I tell everybody not to. I mean, I had my first one, and I'm not having, never having it again. So I'm okay. So many horror stories from that country. It's horrifying that's happening to those people over there. It's so wrong, and everybody should be looking at it and going, "We don't want that," but we just keep importing the same problem. All the cities right now are crap. It's sad, drug infested, crime ridden. I know, mate, and the cities here in the UK are going the same way, absolutely the same way. Sweden used to be the cleanest country in the world. It did. It's now I mean, it's everywhere. When you look on the telly and you look at, like, the US and here and Sweden, and in fact, if you look all over Europe, except for Poland, um, 'cause Poland don't do anything like that, it's frightening to see the state of the world and how shit it really is. It's frightening and worrying times that we live in. It really is. It's not good. It's not good at all. The police are weak, spineless, and really with disease called political correctness. Absolutely 100%. You know, I know people in the police, and trust me, their jobs have been made 1,000 times worse. And no matter, they do all these and that. It's There isn't enough of them. There just isn't enough of them, and political correctness ties a hand behind their back. It's just horrendous. Why has every country got an immigrant problem? It's like it is. It's 100% planned. I'm completely and utterly convinced it's planned. It's destruction of the West from the inside. Russia and China must be rubbing their hands, and we're weaker for it. We really are. Birmingham's filed for bankruptcy today. Is there anything else you know about that? Because it sounds serious. So I haven't got a clue about that. Right. Okay. They haven't actually filed for bankruptcy. This is a media thing. What basically has happened is they've got to a stage because I mean, they're not going to go bankrupt and the whole thing's going to fall apart. All the services will still go on. Certain non-essential services will be stopped. Basically, what they've done is they've done a midterm audit, um, and they've realised they're going to run out of money before the end of the year, and that's what this is all about. They're saying we're not going to have enough money to make it, so we run out. So we're bankrupt. They're not actually bankrupt. I mean, they can still afford to pay. I mean, one of the executives on £186,000 a year. They can still pay her wages, and all the services will run. But like things like community centres, the important things for the people like us, they'll all be shut down and stopped and things like that. But it was coming because they waste money. It's a typical Labour. It's a typical Labour council. It's always been the same. It's always wasted money, and it's always been running out, or close to running out for years now. The problem is they can't get away with it this time. Um, I mean, they're talking about putting the council tax up by 10% in Birmingham. I mean, fortunately for me, I don't live in Birmingham, but a lot of my family do. And it's horrendous. But the thing is no bed of roses here in Solihull. We're currently our dustmen are on strike because they need more money to pick up a plastic bin and push it to the back of a dustbin and press a button, and then not bring your bin back and just fuck it somewhere else. So yeah, so it's not actual bankruptcy as such. It's a terminology they're using to make it sound. What's happened is that's all they've done. They realise they're going to run. They're £86 million short apparently. So if they start wasting it so much, I mean, they weren't paying their top 16 executives £4.2 million a year in wages. That might help for a start off. I hope that clears it up for you. They should take Birmingham Council and send them to Wales. Yeah, true. I believe that during our lifetime we'll see civil disputes on a global scale, a shift in government. We're at the point of history that repeats itself. Revolution. It's coming. I agree. You can see it if you pay attention from the UK um, into the from the outside looking into the US. You can see you're on the verge of civil war. It's coming here in the UK. It's coming. It's coming all over the Western world. Because people have just had enough. They really have had enough. Mainstream media are going to mainstream media. Yeah, exactly, mate. That's exactly what they're doing. Um, they're making it sound a lot. Well, I mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's bad. It's bad that they're running out of money, but they've only got themselves to blame. And in reality, they're going about they're running out of money. They're running out of money. It's our money. What we've paid twice for. We've paid it in our taxes to the government, who then give it to the councils, and we pay council tax. So they've had 2 times of our money, and they've wasted it on pointless shit. They really have. We're importing the enemy right into our country, all fighting. I completely agree, 100%. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people go, look, if you're a genuine refugee, and this country is or did have a proud tradition of accepting refugees, real refugees. I mean, look, you haven't had any issue with anyone coming from the Ukraine, even though that war's a load of bullshit. But these guys coming in here, I mean, there's people who I used to serve with who have got nowhere to live and they're on the streets after serving their country for God knows how long. And yeah, exactly. It really annoys me. I worry about Northern Ireland. It looks like the Tories and Labour want to sell us down the river. Yeah, not the best country, but I prefer to it being part of the UK. You was always going to be a bargaining chip, I'm afraid. That was always going to happen. They could have solved it when Brexit occurred. And if anyone else, surprise, surprise, I voted to leave. I was a Brexit supporter. They could have solved the island issue quite easily, but they didn't. They decided it was engineered to be a problem, so it could always be used if required as a backdoor back into the European Union. That's what it's for. And unfortunately, Ireland is the pawns in all this. I mean, even Ireland's having huge problems with immigration as well. It's there's just this massive plan, and it's all coming out, and they're not even trying to hide it now. Good to see you, Gobby. Looks like your holiday indicted you on the world of good. Thanks, mate. Oh yeah, I'm fired up, man. Absolutely fired up. I voted to leave the EU too, but we never left. No, we never really have. And let's be honest, they were never going to let us really, were they? That was, they were never going to let us. Nice to know that you're a Brexit supporter too. Politico has written some great books on how they could fix the migrants just to help those probably in need without flooding the West with the chances. To be fair, it's a simple system. Australia have been using it for years. America used to use it as well, where you had to sort of score points to get in. It's not wrong. And this is something that the media go on, and all these idiots on Twitter and this, that, and the other go on about. Hello, JWC. How you doing? John, you're all right, my friend. I'm all good, thanks, mate. Um, have literally no issue with people coming into the country for a valid reason. Never have, never will. The right thing to do. It has to be done. But when you're flooding the country with fighting age men, and you could see immediately, I mean, there's a small, I can't remember the name of the village. If I'd actually prepared for this stream properly, I'd have got it up. Where they've just had a load of them turn up in a hotel, and this is a little village in down south somewhere, never had any trouble, and already the crime's up over 1,000%, rapes, all this sort of stuff. You're bringing in third world country politics and beliefs and religion systems, and it's not working because they don't believe that's what they do. Jobs ordinary police haven't ever taken up by immigrants. We can't have a leg on the ladder anymore. Well, especially, and what makes it even better is then they're not even supposed to work. They're illegal immigrants. Um, don't get me wrong. All countries have immigration. All countries have rightful immigration. And that's fine. And I have no problem if you're coming to this country to fill a job that's important because we haven't got enough people who want to do it. That's fine. But remember also that you can't also go on the immigration issue as an excuse why people don't get jobs. It's because we've also had several years of people going through the education system telling them that they're owed a living and then they don't want to work. We have a benefit system that in reality pays you not to work. And you can see how people who are on benefits get everything while you're flogging yourself to death. It's a more complex issue than just immigrants coming in, to be fair, mate. I love Poland's approach to immigrants. They warn a single man who comes to a country be forced to leave or they'll be threatened with guns. That's the way it should be. Again, protecting your borders is perfectly logical. As I posted up on Facebook a couple of days ago, 80 years ago, we stopped an entire army from coming across the channel, but now we can't stop a single dinghy. It's easy to do, but the problem is we're too full of liberal left-wing idiots who will be great to just have them in. If only we could send them to Australia like we used to. Yeah, but that worked, didn't it? But then even Australia, you gotta have score points to get in Australia. You can't just walk in. What borders? We have got borders. We're just pretending that we just can't be asked. I mean, how do you defend borders? It's quite easy. Instead of picking them up from French people and things, you pull them on and take them back. There you go. It's as simple as that. Oh, I wouldn't. We'd lose a lot of good ships. Yeah, there's a lot of things that go through the channel. Send them to Chernobyl, these buggers who want to cover when the first. Again, this is the other thing. They do come here. We put them up and look. We treat them better than the whatever country they've come from. We give them somewhere to live, we give them food, we give them money, we treat them really, really well, and all they do is moan because they don't want that. It's horrible. It really is horrible. These people do not want to integrate society, but expect us to accept their nasty habits. Exactly, that's the problem. I mean, you know as well as I do, mate, the chats we used to have when we were deployed so we would understand local customs and try not to irritate the locals and try to, you know, blend in a bit. Um, not to do the I mean, like when I was in the Gulf, we were told, make sure that you never show the soles of your feet to people because it's a grave insult. So we didn't. Well, unless of course we really wanted to wind them up. Any case, hello, Totally Spider. Hope you are well, sir. Thank you for joining us on this literally completely impromptu stream that was never going to happen. We come to the commentary, they would tell us if don't exactly, exactly. I've no problem with anyone. I really, really haven't got any problem with anyone. But you have to abide by the rules of that land and that country that you're in. Have you driven through Wolverhampton? It's like Little India. Try Small Leaf down the road, mate. Spark Brook, Small Leaf, Spark Brook on the Stratford Road, where there was a video which I will be covering in one of my videos where two traffic wardens got the crap kicked out of them. It's just unbelievable. Yes, I have been to Wolverhampton. It's the thing is, it's pervading everywhere. It really is. I mean, even here, I mean, in Solihull space, we're very posh in here. They come from Solihull, very posh. It's not, but it's everywhere, mate. Um, but see, like me having this, doing this now, I'm all right wing. I'm a racist. I'm a this, I'm a that. I'm not. I have no problem with anyone. Never have had a problem with anyone. I don't see colours of skin. I don't see sexualities. I don't see genders. I don't whatever. I judge you when you're being a twat or not. And if you're coming in and taking the piss out of my country, that's giving you allegedly safe haven from the shithole that you came home from, then I'm going to be annoyed at you. It's we seem to have had lobotomy when it comes to common sense and logic and manners and friendliness and all this sort of thing because it's just we're not allowed to have that. Nearly killed myself, solid ice cream, couldn't walk for 2 weeks, lol. Yeah, I used to go ice cream lot literally it's 10-minute walk from where I am. Well, 10-minute walk, slow pace. The pace I walk in at the moment, 5 minutes. Um, it's like but this is how I bring my children up. It's how I bring my kids up. Manners cost nothing. Yes, sir. No, sir. They're told to call people sir and ma'am. If they don't know who they are and they don't know their name, it's yes, sir, yes, ma'am, because it's just respect. The thing that I mean, I was, that's how I was brought up. So I'm bringing my kids up that way, that they show people respect. They treat people as they wish to be treated. They don't demand respect for who they are because you can't demand respect. Respect is an earned thing. It really is. And it's a sad world that we live in when there is no respect. There is no respect for authority. There's no reliance on the law. People are arrogant, horrible, nasty, aim for themselves, stab you in the back when they get the chance. It's just not on. It really is shit. It really is. Unbelievable. Any case, considering originally I wasn't even going to do this stream because it was a test and it come up. So I thought, well, if people are waiting, I'm not going to disappoint. So come on. It's now 34 minutes. I need to. What's this? Imagine a house with like the sound of music where the kids have to be roll call in the morning. Not that strict. Not that strict just yet. Do you think it'll go soon? Extremely talented stuff. It's building. It's building all over the place, mate. It's not just here. It's in America. It's all over the Western world. People are getting sick of it. You can you know yourself, mate. How it's easy for us to judge when situations are getting to a flashpoint, and it's getting to a flashpoint. It really is. It's a terrifying moment in history because you can see it kicking off. The old Enoch Powell Rivers of Blood speech, which is always misquoted and taken out of context. He's right, because it'll happen. But the thing is, what we all really need to realise is white, black, whatever colour, all of us, we're all not each other's enemy. The enemy is the elite in charge. The elite are importing these people into our countries, so we'll fight them and not pay attention to the people who are really causing us the issues. That's why lockdowns were done. That's why they're trying to push pubs and meeting places out of existence. That's why they're trying to suppress the internet, because that's where revolutions are created. We now have a government's pushing through a bill to criminalise you for having the wrong boiler and too much carbon. 90, it's absolutely true. There is a possibility, remember, that if you don't follow net zero with the new law, again, this is another video that I will be bringing out on my channel very shortly, they're going to threaten to jail you for 12 months for not being a good citizen. I wish people could wake up and see it. It used to be a bad generation kids grow up to understand the community values and learn to be better people. Now we're importing bad community that's screwing out exactly 100% spot on. Nail hit on the head. You are totally on target there, mate. Totally on target. Because our kids see these idiots acting like they do and they think it's acceptable. And it really freaking well isn't. Thanks, mate. Thanks very much. It's wrong. We're heading into a terrible, terrible place. And the problem is people like myself, and anyone else on here who says anything, the way that they stop the revolution, the way they stop it is to call us all racists, alt-right, terrorists, Nazis, deplatform us, silence our voices because they don't want to know. Next thing you know, UK government are bringing in social credit system. It's coming. What do you think the NHS app for was during the COVID system? Just think on that. What do you think that was? That's a social credit system. Why do they want digital cash? Why do they want to get rid of cash? Why do they think that it was got rid of in COVID? Oh, you can pass the virus on. Utter fucking bullshit. So you stop using cash, do digitally. Open your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. You can see it coming. Just watch YouTuber Deep. Yeah, that's a very good video. Bigots. Got that one. Yeah, we're bigots. Sexist, misogynistic dinosaurs. That's another good one. Ah, shit. Yep. No, I never installed the app because I could see what it was. See from a mile off. The thing is, some people call me conspiracy theorist, but the thing is, I'm not. I can see shit coming. I'm a proud bigot. Well, you might as well own it. Let's be honest. If that's what they're going, is that the tags they're going to lob at? Yeah, own it. I mean, in reality, I was Dr. 50 and someone called me a grubby guy, so I owned it. Shut them up. You're not pale rivers of blood. Yeah, man, sadly out of his generation in the wrong time. Yeah, that's right. He did give it to Wolverhampton just down the road. Jesus, it's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. Any case, I'm glad to be back. And you're going to get some more stuff like this until I probably get my YouTube channel. I will still be doing sci-fi and stuff like that, but there is stuff like this that needs to be talked about. Identify as a bigot. I wonder how many talk about it. It's like, oh, if you want a tantrum, look at what just as said in his Starfield thing, which was taken massively out of context, but he was absolutely right. And only idiots didn't understand the context of that. I am the time bigot. But that was taken massively out of context. But he's right. He was absolutely right in what he said. And look how much it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I agree. Anyone with common sense surely would agree with us. If anyone doesn't know who Az is, Hills versus Babyface. Oh, I think most people, if you're on Twitter or X as it's called, you'll know what happened. The simple truth of the matter is, for something that didn't matter, they sure kicked up a fuss about it. They really did kick up a fuss about it. And the simple truth of the matter is, what he was actually saying was right. It wasn't about the things in, yep. And I'm going to say the same thing. It wasn't about the game. That's what they decided it was. That's where they got their pound of flesh and that's where they could go for. But it wasn't about the game. What it is about it in every single piece of entertainment. Everywhere you go, what you go to watch, what you go to play. Oh, I mean, Az is the master of the rant. and he was so right. And when it's put in context, watch Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy D-Day Cobra, where he actually puts the video to put it in context. But even if you don't put it in context, Az wasn't ranting about the game in the game. He was ranting about the fact that it's in fucking everything. It is literally in everything. It is squeezed into everything. Just recently, it's been announced that television viewing figures in the United Kingdom are dropping week on week. Why? Because they're sick of all the gender affirming bullshit that's shoved into every TV program. What he was saying was absolutely 100% correct. I don't play pronouns. Yes, there are pronouns. Pronouns are he and she. That's it. Everything else is you just adding stuff. You don't get to own languages. You don't get to own pronouns, just like you don't get to own verbs and adjectives. You don't get to own the language. Yeah. Look, if you want to call yourself them, they, I'm happy for you, genuinely. But I'm not going to fucking play your game. I'm not interested. Yeah, and I am not going to. I'm not going to be forced to accept your fantasy. Really, I'm not. I remember a student a year ago, someone asked me my pronouns, Tom, it was fuck off, fuck you. I was given so much. You don't need pronouns. If I look at somebody, they're a man or a woman. The thing is, I have no problem because I call everyone mate. I've done all my life. I don't watch show. I don't, or barely any case. There's a few things. Oh, I've been watching that Alone thing on Channel 5. That's been quite good. Um, but other than, there are a couple of programs I do watch, but nothing major. There is only he and she, 100%. There are in two genders, male and female. Them is not grammatical. The best thing is actually going on when Az had his rant. I went on Twitter and I was having an argument with some jumped up knobhead about it. And he was going, "Oh, we have pronouns, this, that, and the other." And then he then went and said, "See, like pronouns like he said and she said." So I went, "So the only pronouns you can actually use to demonstrate pronouns are the only two pronouns that exist." And then he was just he went quiet. Television, yeah, exactly, television. And he went on about them. "Oh, you don't know that they is described like they they this and they that." And I went, "No, no, it's like I saw Dave and Bill yesterday. They were in the shop." So no, I won't play pronouns. What Az said was absolutely right. 100% stand with Az because what Az said is correct. And if you don't believe that and you believe that pronouns are right, you're a fucking idiot. You are. You have all the right in the world to be and what you want to be. You have all the right in the world to say you are this, that, and the other. That is your prerogative. That's fine. That's awesome. As long as you're happy. But you cannot force people to play your stupid fucking game. And the way you're forcing people to play your game is you're putting it, as correctly said, in absolutely every piece of entertainment that we read, watch, play. It's there. If pronouns aren't so important, why are they so important? Yeah. Why are genitals not important for who you are, but removing them is? I mute anyone on Tutu pronouns because they're batshit crazy. Well, don't mute me on because mine are not playing the pronoun game. There's a video of the New York mayor waking up to the immigration point in the city 2 years ago. It was all welcome because they're idiots. They do it to virtue signal. I mean, if we're going into let's just go on this one. The pronouns on my college ever call was like, for fuck's sake, most of us left the option blank. Well, yeah, because you're not going to answer. I mean, it's like the game, Starfield. The pronouns. They're there. You've got to have a pronoun. You've got to have a pronoun. But the thing is, as a lot of people are now saying already, is they do nothing in the game. You put them, they. It doesn't refer to you as them, they. It refers to you as either he or she. It doesn't affect the gameplay in any way. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't even recognize them. What it is Bethesda doing what every Western company does in Pride Month, covering their logos with rainbows because they pretend to care. They don't give a shit. As long as you're spending their money, they don't give a fuck. They'll tell you anything you wanna hear as long as you buy their product. But the best thing is that is not what Raz's rant was about. But people are too fucking stupid to see that. Well, no, the left are too stupid to see that. Vaccine as well to kill off the over 50s so they can bring a new regime. Yep. And COVID, a coup was created to kill the old people. And so that's the old people gone. Those people who can resist gone. And then we'll make sure that all our young are that confused about what freaking gender they are that they don't reproduce and the population dies off. There you go. It's as simple as that. If you wanted to plan. Starring the village in a boring. Yep. A lot of people are saying thing, and the problem with the game is the game, not the gender thing. But as I said, you can pick whatever gender, whatever pronoun you want. It makes no difference to the game at all. And that people are moaning about that on so the left that they try to appease with the pronouns are now saying, "But I put my pronouns in, and the pronouns are not being recognised because they don't care. No company gives a shit about you. They'll say Black Lives Matter only because so they wouldn't have their stores robbed. Yeah, they'll say, we're LGBT inclusive just because they want you to buy their shit. They don't give a fuck about you. They never have done, never interested. I'm 24, my generation embarrasses me. There are good in all generations. And remember, this is a small minority of knobheads ruining it for everybody. Yeah, there are good people everywhere. They're the silent majority, and they need a voice. If you feel you need to have pronouns in your profile, you're a fool, in my opinion. Yeah, because it's a fad. It's a new thing. Look at me, I'm them they. No one gives a fuck. Shut up, piss off, don't care, go away. The left religion are full of mentally disturbed. Yeah, we have a huge mental health problem in this world right now, and they're on TikTok and they're on Twitter and TikTok, let's be honest, is a Chinese program designed to destroy the youth of the world. And I did a test with that. They had this thing where if you put a picture of the can of Sprite cranberry winter thing on, and that you get followers. So I'll put it on, and I gained 200 followers just because I had a picture of a fucking tin can on. Because somebody told the youth to do that, and that's what they do. And if you follow one of them back, you get 20 other followers because they're all brain dead. It's from China. It's designed to stupefy our children and confuse everybody. Shoplifting has been legalised in the UK. Yep, the police won't turn out until it's over £200. I mean, they're also told they are now told to turn up to every burglary, even though there isn't enough of them to scratch their own arses. But best book I've read, corporate watch is the. Oh, I'll have to look for that, mate. I'll have to look for that. I am an old man trapped in a 20-year-old body. No, mate, you've just got common sense, pure and simple. You're looking at the world and going, "This ain't fucking right." That doesn't mean you're an old man. That just means you've got a brain. Congratulations. TikTok is allowed to be shown in children. No, because it's designed to destroy the West. Because everybody's a fucking idiot. It was actually proven. They were told to riot in London, in Oxford Street, and the fucking idiots did it because it said so on TikTok. My pronouns are stupid. Mine are actually on my Twitter profile. The Gobster. You'll actually see he's not playing the fucking game or something. I can't remember because it's just stupid. But as I said, if you want to call yourself that, that's fine. I'm 24 and feel older. It's not. You're not getting older. You're just using your brain. Instead of listening to the endless shit that gets thrown at you from the TV and all the internet and that, if you look at something, you think, hold on a minute, this just doesn't feel right. That's probably because it fucking isn't, and you've got a brain. That's what they're trying to get rid of you. They're trying to get rid of your brain. They're trying to get rid of the ability for you to think straight, for you to make sense, for you to sit there and go, hold on a minute, this don't fucking make sense. That's what they tried to do with COVID. That's why they tried to scare everybody with made up death figures and shit knows what else. They wanted you not to think and to do as you are told, like a good little drone. You do as we say. Do as we say. My pronouns are proud bigot. Awesome. See, as I said, it's like I have no problem. I mean, people know I know gay people, I know lesbians, I know bisexual people. I don't even judge it. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a fuck. I couldn't give a shit. If you come out and say to me, "Oh, I'm bisexual," I go, "Okay, cool." And that affects us in what way? Unless, of course, you fancy shagging me, but that makes no difference. It never does. Yeah? If a guy comes up to me and he's black, I don't see that. I just see another human being. Yeah? If he goes, You're doing that because I'm black," why are you bringing skin color into it? It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. We should stop fighting each other and realize our common enemy. And it ain't us lot. The religion is shifting. The new teenager begin to recognize how damaged the older 20-somethings are now. Well, yeah, but that is happening, and people are being red pilled. But unfortunately, they're also being confused that apparently having a dick means you can be a woman. I don't know. I'd rather die than being controlled by them sickos. No, die fighting them. That's what you should do. We need to fight people who are trying to destroy our world, the way we live, who we are, our identity. They want us to give up. They want us to stop. They don't want us to fight. Because when it all comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, and I know a lot of people have said this, we outnumber them massively. They know this. That's why they make it all about race, religion, immigration, uh, whatever. Anything they can get to argue us amongst ourselves before we all wake up and realize that we are actually the ones in power, not them. And that's what they're scared of. That's why they do what they do. There's no LGBT community. Lesbians hate gays, and most of them. Well, the thing is, I know trans people, wonderful, lovely people who hate what's going on now. Remember that with all these things, it's a small group of extremists. Please don't tar everybody with the same brush because we're not the same. Yeah, it's small groups of people fucking disrupting who we are, keeping us arguing amongst ourselves. Stop arguing. The people at the top of the enemy. That's the problem, not everybody else. You know, I started on a construction joke was finish my diploma, met a nice girl, get married, and maybe start a family. Now that's considered wide. Now, why? It's not. I've been married twice, and it's the best thing in the world. I've produced, in total, 7 children. Just make sure it's really a girl, lol. I'm a straight mate. She'd have to be a real girl. But again, that's something else. Any case, I've just noticed the time. I've been ranting and raving for 52 minutes for something that was only going to be a 5-minute test. I'll keep doing this. I won't go out my way to offend a trans if they want to come to call them, but that's fine. If they say I'm a woman, that's fine. You don't have to go along with that if you don't want to. Yeah. Judge them for who they are as a person, not the tag. Because that's what we do. We tag people and we judge them by that tag. Like, for instance, people watching this will mean I'm a right wing, Nazi, egotistical, racist bastard. I'm not. In fact, I'm probably the least racist person on the planet. It's just the way it is. I've always said you do you, but don't force your beliefs on me. 100%. I'm not religious. I'm an atheist. Yeah, I'm an atheist. Don't believe in God, but there are millions of people who do, and that's good. You do you. I'm happy for you. So you can be whatever you want. You can believe whatever you want to believe. If it makes you happy and it means you can survive in this shithole of a world that we live in right now, that is fucking brilliant. And I'm really, genuinely, hand on heart, happy for you. But don't expect me to play the game that you want to play. I'll be happy for you. I'll support you. I'll do everything, but I'm not. Don't have to play the game if I don't want to. I'm an atheist. I just don't believe in God. Well, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to, but you believe what you want to believe. If a trans woman is respectful, acts like a woman, fair enough. They do and respect for me calling them a woman. However, if they act like a clown, exactly. You don't judge a book by its cover. I'd rather get no personality, not a sex. Well, this is the big thing. That's exactly what you should do. You shouldn't judge people by preconceptions. Just see what they're like. You never know. You might find a friend you never knew, and you would have ignored each other because of a preconception. I'm a Christian. I have a problem with you being an atheist. You do you, and that's okay. Absolutely. Remember the other one that used to be, let's agree to disagree. I've had that on the internet. Someone was arguing. I said, okay, I disagree. Let's just agree to disagree because we can do that because apparently we're fucking adults. And they were blown away by that response. And they went, oh, that's awesome. I thought you were going to be nasty. But no, just because I don't agree with you on that point. We all have our own viewpoints on things, and sometimes people will agree with them, and sometimes they won't. But that doesn't mean you fall out with them. Really doesn't. I never call a man a woman. I can respect them, but they can't change their sex. Exactly. That's fine. Absolutely cool. That's a brilliant way to be. That's the way you should be. That's the way you should be. Someone's walking towards anyone who walks towards me, anyone, I will smile and go, morning, afternoon, have a nice day. Be nice. You never know. That smile might make someone's day. Somebody could be really, really struggling, and you could just go, "You all right? How you doing? Morning. How's things?" Big smile. What's it cost you? Fuck all. What do you mean to them? Could mean the world to them. How many times have you felt down and someone's gone morning and you go morning and you feel a bit better? Be nice. Yeah. Agree to disagree. That's all. We don't have to agree on everything. That's a good way to deal with it. Exactly. It's the best way. It made my day. There you go. Just be nice to each other. We all have to come together and realize that our real enemy is not the person standing next to you. It's the guy telling you what the fuck to do. You find older people say morning, young people don't say a word because they don't know how to, because they're too busy on these fucking things. It's all this. And if it's not this, they don't know how to talk. I make my kids have conversations with me. I'm teaching them the art of communication, conversation, reading people, being nice, using manners, standing up for what is right and what no. You know what I mean? Not gonna lie, in today's society, I find it hard to talk to girls because I don't want to because again, this is the wrong thing. I mean, I'm gonna do a thing on this about male suicide. This is the biggest problem we have. This is the way the world's gone, and that isn't right, is it? And it needs to be addressed, and it will be on my channel. That I promise you. I really am these elites, the money exactly, exactly. A lot of people don't want to make decisions. They want somebody to tell them what to do because they can't deal with having to make it themselves. Sad, really. I know this was meant to be just a short stream, but I think there's some real pearls of wisdom that should stay up. It's going to stay up. I never delete anything. I never delete anything, even when people I've been talking to have said throw me under the bus. I never delete it because what I say stays. The only people who delete shit is YouTube, not me. There are pearls of wisdom. I am, you know, as much as I rant and rave about stuff, the biggest thing I want us to do is I want us all to come together to get out of this fucking shithole that we're in. Because the only people who are going to make the difference is us standing here. And instead of being the silent majority, start shouting our voices out. Because when we shout our voices out, you can see how much it fucking annoys them. Government wants to be going so they can exactly. There is no. I mean, like my son has just started senior school. My Charlie, you may have seen his arm waving earlier. Um, and two of his lessons, a fucking dance performance. What the fuck is that all about? How's that going to serve him in life? Cool. Have you ever thought about becoming a politician? Many people have said that I should, but unfortunately, in the world that we live in at the moment, I wouldn't last. It's the sad state of the world that we live in. People like me, I'd stand for office. I really would. But I also know that I'd be a dead man walking because they wouldn't allow people like me to have a platform. And I should be surprised if this video stays up long enough. Decision: if I have kids, they won't be going to school. They will be taught maths, English, trade, and IT, and that's it. They can go to school. My kids go to school, and when they come from school, daddy teaches them the real world because that's your job. Yeah. My kids come in and say this, that, and the other, and I'll go, no, that's wrong. This is the real facts. That's how you bring your children up. They can get education from school, yes. But when my kids come and say, blah, 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 I go, that's wrong. They're wrong. This is why. And I have been to the school many times and put them right because that's my job. I am their father. That's gonna be the thing. Well, yeah, I must admit it's great fun, but at school, really? Sure there's more important things. How about, learning how to handle money, the art of conversation, how to put down your mobile phone and talk to the person next to you. That would be good. To be honest, I think staying in some form of education, unless they're working until they're 18, is okay, but someone should, but what was in the can't well, you new age shite in it. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're fucking awesome at dancing, there you go. Brilliant, awesome. But where does it serve everybody else? What annoys me in the world, again, before I go, because I've got to go, because it's over an hour, because it was only a short test stream, and I've got to go, I've got to do stuff, is we like to put people in boxes. In the world, we pick you up and put you in a box. And if you don't go in the box, we'll put you in the box and we'll fucking hammer you in until you fit the box that they want you to be in. We don't focus on people's natural abilities and skills and texts and talents because that would be too simple. Don't tell anyone, but your country dancing at school and was. That's fine. Thing is, like, but not to have it as two fucking an hour a week. Fuck's sake. Apparently it's PE. Perhaps national service needs to come back. National service, serving in the military is the best thing. You do learn respect. But unfortunately, the generations that we got now would just literally melt. I mean, when I get going and like one of my elder kids has pissed me off and I go full drill sergeant on them, they're in tears within 10 minutes. But it would be useful. I've never agreed with national service when I was at school, don't with it. Now that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I get the pros and cons. I really do. I genuinely get it. But we need something. We really do need something. I danced in school play, but never again. I mean, let's be honest, we all go out and get well, I used to get drunk. Well, no. I mean, I go to weddings and shit, I dance, but it's all a bit of a giggle. Okay. I will tell everyone, hey, everyone profit dances, jokes, mate, lol. Fair enough. It's that's cool. See, the thing is, it's like yeah, there was a perfect example, right? There's a perfect example. I never agreed with national service when I was at school. I don't agree with it now. That's cool. I get it. I genuinely do. See, that's called being an adult. Let's agree to disagree. Fucking easy, innit, really? Bring back Warsaw for naughty kids. Prison doesn't work. Not the prison service we have now, because what happens is they go into the prison and come out worse than they were when they fucking went in. Don't actually drink. That's cool. That's all reasons. Awesome. Don't have to. I haven't drank now for 2 months. I haven't touched a fucking drop. I went to my daughter's wedding. Had the greatest time. Didn't drink a fucking drop of alcohol. Why? Because I'm an idiot and I enjoy having fun. And it's much more fun that way. And I remember it. Also, wasn't just when kids were scared of it. Well, kids were scared of everybody. When I was a kid, I was terrified of my local policeman. Remember them when we used to have beat coppers? Can't do that now. Can't do that now. So, any case, the next general election, vote for me. I'm only joking. My dad should they bring it about the camp. Well, the thing is, I was caned at school. I was, yeah, bring out the cane. I don't know though. It's all right. I was hit by my mum and dad, yeah, as in smacked for being naughty. I got caned, all this sort of stuff, and I turned out absolutely fine. And those things that instilled to me, as in, if you fuck up, you're going to get smacked and it's going to hurt, so you don't fuck up again, worked. I agree. I never had the cane, but it was there. It was the best fucking deterrent in the world, wasn't it? Let's be honest. You didn't want to get caned. I mean, my kids shudder when I say board rubbers bounced off my head and Bibles smacked off me and my hands trapped in a desk, opening the desk and and teachers like we used to have a PE and our teacher, someone actually used to go down, I'll tell you all to lift your shoes up, one shoe up, and you go and find the one with the best tread, and that's the one you used to slip your frigging arse with. You fuck about again, did they? God help us with the general election, we're screwed either way. We're doomed. But the thing is, bit of a earth shock for you. You always have been fucked. Just think. You've always been fucked, no matter who you vote for. The county's a line you do not cross. No. We down there, if I remember correctly, at our school, yeah, they did. They used to bring you out on stage in front of the whole assembly, so everybody knew. I got everyone skin that bloody hurt, yeah. Worst one was me dad's smack. Fuck yeah, I used to have the handprint on my arse for 2 days. Jesus Christ. Hit me in the head with a board rubber. Kind of heavy. Yep. One of our teachers was a fucking dead shot with a piece of chalk. Fuck yeah, it used to hurt. I knew an older guy who tried to protest his right not to be caned without his parents' permission. Twat. We need people like Trump. Yep. But you can see what happens. People like Trump are people like me who talk common sense. I mean, okay, Trump says some stupid things every now and again. I'll tell you one thing: America never got involved in war, and no one fucked with America. Oh, and he also did what he promised. Odd that. So Headmaster phoned his mum, explained the situation. She said, "Right, kind the bastard." Yep, that was parenting. My mum's smack was the worst. Oof. Yeah, my dad. Oh, my dad. My just before I bring this to a close, the worst things you could ever hear from me as a kid was, "You wait till your father gets home." That was fear. Good fear. Brought you up right. Any case, I'm gonna have to go because it's now nearly 11:15, and I've been on for an hour and 6 minutes for a 5-minute fucking test stream. And don't worry, guys, not going to get removed. It's staying up for as long as YouTube let it. Pearls of wisdom, yes. This is what you're going to get on my channel from now on, as well as other things, my ship stuff and that. But you're going to get this common sense until they shut me down. So we'll bring it to a close with the words, as was right. You're welcome. Not bad for an impromptu unplanned one. But hey, there's Rumble. Ah, yes, there's a Rumble channel. Oh, that'll all be coming up later on. Gobster, cut the cancer. Okay. No. Oh, the dancing. Cancing. What the fuck are you running about? The dancing bit. No. You put it out there. Right then. Good night, everyone. Remember, as was right. For all the reasons they said he wasn't, because it did matter. You may have to one day, mate, because things like this don't last very long on YouTube. Any case, with that, good night, everybody. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. And thanks for being on. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for everything else. And I'll see you very, very soon. In fact, tomorrow at 5 p.m. on Wookiee stream. Let's see if I can get political on that one and all. Laters, guys. Oh, and by the way, recognize the logo? This is the mug. God save the king. God save us all. Good night.